A low-carb diet or a ketogenic diet? Which is better to lose weight, drop fat, and get in shape today? Hi, I'm Dr. Alessi, author of Lose Fat Forever, the Beginner Triangle Diet, host of Live It Fit Now, and contributor for USA Today. And a low-carb diet versus a ketogenic-based diet. Which is better to help you get in better shape? Now, I'm going to say this first and foremost, in case you don't know the difference between the two, both are very good at helping people lose weight, drop body fat, and get in shape. Superior to any kind of other diet where you're counting calories, counting points, counting different foods, eating rice cakes, measuring your foods. Those two are better. First and foremost, a low-carb diet is more synonymous in North America. We talk about having diets that are lower in carbohydrates. In case you don't know, a carbohydrate is a simple or a double sugar, which will increase your blood glucose levels. And when blood glucose levels go up, that is dangerous, so your body produces insulin to remove it out of your vessel wall. That, of course, will find its way to both the liver and your fat. And when that happens, you're going to store more fat. You have to be safe. So in North America, it's more popular to have low-carb diets, which mean, in general, you eat a modestly high protein diet, things like chicken, fish, turkey, beef, pork, eggs, a medium type of fat diet. Now, I don't want to get into dietary fats because there are good fats and there are bad fats. There are great fats, there are mediocre fats, and there's everything in between. But fats are oils, seeds, nuts, and butters. And lastly, low carb. Whether low carb is low glycemic, which means it doesn't change your blood sugar, which is what I recommend, or if low carb is just you're not eating many carbs, period, or a no carb strict Atkins diet, which I don't recommend and in my opinion is unnecessarily difficult, are different ways to get your body to ketosis, in which you're dropping fat. Now, more common in Europe and in Canada is a ketogenic-based diet where your protein isn't off the charts high. It's low to mid-range. You're having chicken and fish and turkey, but you're not overdoing it. But what you are doing is having a high-fat-based diet. Whether it's saturated, unsaturated, mono or polyunsaturated fats, there's a lot of different ones. Basically, a ketogenic-based diet is a very high-fat diet. You're having a lot of oils, seeds, nuts, butters, fattier fish, which is very popular worldwide and very healthy too, may I add. It's not as popular in North America, and one of the things that I'm going to mention is if you're new to it, you don't want to go too high in fat, or unfortunately, you're going to have a lot of digestive trouble. But both of them have in common a very low carbohydrate-based diet. Both very effective. Now, in my opinion, they both should be used. Most people that come into my clinic that see me for an office visit, and I've been doing this over 25 years, are very low in dietary fats. One of the things we want to increase is their dietary fat. Now, there's many reasons why they're low in dietary fat. I think a lot of people that come to see me are in their 40s, 50s, 60s, or 70s, and they grew up during an era where it was popular to recommend a low-fat, no-fat diet. It was lower in calories, and at the time, and you can't blame them, but at the time a lot of people thought that increasing your dietary fat led to heart disease and led to excess fat in the body. We have learned several years ago that is not the case. It will not happen. It was fraudulent. It was never correct in the first place, which the rest of the world always knew, but we didn't know that in North America, and that is why in the U.S. we have the highest levels of heart disease of any industrialized nation. So if we increase their dietary fats, by default, they have fewer carbohydrates or lower glycemic carbs, which help them drop more fat. Don't mean to use so many words to confuse you. In summary, both are very effective. I recommend a modestly high protein diet, but increase your dietary fats. That is one area that most North Americans, most Western New Yorkers, most people of the Northeast can work on doing, while keeping your glycemic index low. And lastly, there are ways to measure it. One of the things I love to do is use my Ketonics or my brand new level-based system, in which we're measuring clients to making sure that they're in a state of ketosis so that we know for sure their diet is a fat-dropping diet. I don't like guessing, I like measuring. I like knowing for sure how much fat a person is losing and measuring it and tracking progress over time. When you do that, you're going to get to your goals, you're going to get to your outcomes. When people come to see me, it's not to get sweaty and get better workouts. It's not to occupy the middle of their day. It's not for me to tell them what they can't eat or how not to enjoy their life. It's to get results. It's to get progress. It's to move from point A to point B. You probably want several things. You want to drop body fat, you want to get smaller, you want to get fit, you want to get healthy, reduce or eliminate medications if you're on any, but ultimately to improve the quality of your life and increase any body image and self-esteem in the process. All of that is very doable if you measure and do the right things. Now, I don't want to get into too much detail, but if you want me to do that for you and work with you and break it all down to make sure that you're moving in the right direction towards your goals, click on the link below for a fat loss and fitness consultation, and we'll go to work figuring this whole thing out. Yes, the nutrition component, which is very important. Yes, the fitness component, which a lot of people do incorrectly. And lastly, how to measure it and track it for progress and long-term success. So hopefully today this video served you, looking at the difference between the low carb and the ketonics or ketogenic based diet. I'm Dr. Alessi, asking you to make the most of your life and live it fit.